Hello, everybody. I'm Alyssa, and welcome back to Book Bar, and welcome to my favorite video of the month, my March stats and faves. So, in the month of March, I read a total of 31 books, and I DNF'd one. I only have one wrap up. It is posted up here. March was crazy. It was my birthday month. I went on vacation for a week, and then I got COVID. So, yeah. Basically, we're just gonna get on into this. In the month of March, like I said, I read a total of 31 books. No difference in the halves of the month because I literally don't have different wrap-ups. I read a total of 10,683 pages. I read 9 new to me authors. I read 18 backlist titles, 9 titles that were published last year, and then 4 new releases. I read 2 physical books, 9 ebooks, 15 audiobooks, and 5 were I read and listened in some form, whether I was reading on my Kindle or I read physically. I did some form. Some of them I was reading while listening. Others I would read some and then just listen at parts. So yeah, sometimes sometimes I'd read and listen, and then other times I'd just be listening. So 5 that were mixed media. I read 1 fantasy sci-fi, 1 nonfiction, 3 short stories, and 26 romances. The romance subgenre breakdown is as follows: 5 YA sci-fi fantasy romances, 1 sports romance, 1 holiday romance, 1 dark romance, 9 contemporary romances, 3 fantasy romances, 4 historical romances, and 2 small town romances. So a contemporary was a big jump again, which generally it is my favorite. So that is why. Although there were very few sports romances. I had 8 5 stars, 8 4.5 stars, 6 4 stars, 9 3.5 stars, and my average rating was 4.24 stars. It was very mid for a while. There was no, the reason that it's kind of a higher average is because there was no really low rated books, but I had so many that were just 3.5 stars. So kind of mid in that sense. But yeah, now we're going to get to the best part, the part you're all here for. My 5 favorites. This month I do have 2 honorable mentions because technically they ranked higher than any of the books that I read this month. Like I said, it was very meh month. Literally all of these books came out at the same ranking except for the 2 honorable mentions, which are both rereads. They all had the same exact breakdown, and I enjoyed them all the same, so I just kind of went on gut feeling. And so my 2 honorable mentions are House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. I really enjoyed this, had a great time with it. Again, I tabbed the absolute crap out of it. I'm really enjoying tabbing. So tabbing books, the first reread, and then the second and third reread, going in and really annotating and having a great time with it. But I'm loving it. I had a great time. I'm so sad that SJM Along is done. It's so weird to not have a month where I'm reading an SJM book. It's just strange to me because I've done this for a year. We've been doing the SJM Along, so it's now officially done. And it's sad. And then my other honorable mention is Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. This is one of my favorite books of all time. I absolutely adore this. Pike and Jordan just have my heart. I annotated it this time around, and I had a fantastic time. I've reread this book 4 times, so I love it so much. Pike and Jordan are just absolutely perfection. Daddy Pike. Ex-boyfriend's dad. If you don't know about this book, where have you been living? But Ex-boyfriend's dad, just a great time all around. Then, coming in at number 5, I have To Hate Adam Connor by Ella Maise. This is the second book in the Love and Hate series, duet, whatever you want to call it. Lucy is the heroine. She is Olive from the first book's best friend, and she is living with Olive and Jason for a while after a breakup. And she goes, and then now there's a new next door neighbor. It is Adam Connor, who is going through a divorce and trying to get custody of his son. And one day, there's a big wall, privacy wall, that separates the 2 houses. And one day, Lucy is creepily staring over the wall, and she sees something happening to Adam's son and wants to save him, protect him. So she goes and tries to save him, and he thinks that she is a stalker and breached his protections, and he has her arrested. Of course, Jason and Olive kind of help explain that she's not crazy, she should not be arrested, she does live next door. And so, of course, now they don't like each other, but Adam's son is, like, obsessed with Lucy. And so things go from there, and of course, they're going to fall in love. I had a great time with it. Then my next favorite, number 4 favorite, was Restore Me by Tahereh Mafi. This is the 4th book in the Shatter Me series. I'm not going to say a lot about it because I do have a vlog coming out. It'll be the next video after this on Wednesday, where I discuss in depth all of my thoughts, spoilery, all of the things. But I loved it. It has been my favorite so far. We'll see if it stays that way, because I do still have a couple more to finish. Then my next favorite, number 3 favorite, is An Extraordinary Union by Alyssa Cole. This was a great book. Very, like, important, I think, to read, especially nowadays. It was about a free Black woman who goes undercover to be a slave, and, like, a slave that cannot speak. And she really is a spy for the Union, and there she meets a guy named Malcolm, who is also a spy for the Union, and they are corresponding with each other and talking to each other, and of course, things are going to happen. Things are going to go from there, and it was fantastic. The end of it was, like, I was just like, oh my god, how what is happening? How are we going to get out of this situation? Like, I was on the edge of my seat, for sure. It was fantastic. I loved it. Then at number 2, 2 and 1 were very tough to pick which one I preferred. Like, it's like 1A and 1B really is really what it should be. But I have The Choice by Jade. The only reason that this one is not number 1 is because I wish that the second part of the duet was out so I could just keep going, because I'm like, I need to know. The Choice is Memphis and Skylar. If you read the words, you've met these characters. This follows kind of the same timeline as the beginning part of the words, without having the time jump that the words has. So the second part of the duet will be all of the stuff that happens, is kind of leading up to where we are now in the words world. But yeah, I had a great time with it. It broke me. I am shocked I didn't cry as hard as I thought I would be. Like, one single tear fell, but I did cry. But it was so good. I absolutely adored it. Like I said, yeah, the only reason it was not as number 1 is because I wish that we had the future stuff. But I will say Josh gets what he deserves, thankfully. Then at number 1, we have Children of Fallen Gods. This is the second book in the War of Lost Hearts trilogy, and you all were right. This book is phenomenal. There's a third. So this is, like, the first book is Daughter of No Worlds. This book expands the world so much. We get a third POV, and when you learn things, oh my god, it's just mind-blowing. It's so good. Fantastic. I absolutely adored it. 5 stars for sure, and I'm so excited to read Mother of Death and Dawn this month. But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, leave me a butterfly emoji for the Daughter of No Worlds book trilogy. My foot is asleep, so that's why I am bouncing. Like, it really hurts. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. It will lips me out, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye.